Hey everyone, have you ever tried to change a habit, but after a while, you went back to your old ways? If so, don't feel bad. This happens to everyone. Today, we're going to talk about why it's so hard to change and how you can finally overcome this barrier. So, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into this conversation. Our brain loves routine. It is designed to save energy. So, when we try to change a habit, we are basically going against our natural programming. That's because repetition creates strong neural pathways, and the brain prefers to follow the easiest route. The more we repeat an action, the stronger that pathway becomes, making it the brain's automatic choice. In addition, there is a system in the brain called the basal ganglia, which stores our automatic habits. This means that when we learn something new, we have to activate other parts of the brain that are slower and require more conscious effort, such as the prefrontal cortex. This takes a lot more energy and focus. That's why, when we try to change a habit, we feel resistance. It's our own brain trying to keep us in our comfort zone, where things are easier and familiar. Another reason why change is so difficult is the fear of the unknown. Even when we want change, there's always that little voice in our head that says, "What if it doesn't work? What if I fail?" The fear of failure and rejection can paralyze us. Many times, we prefer to stay in what is familiar, even if it's not good for us, rather than take the risk of something new. This fear actually has a biological explanation. In the past, sudden changes could mean real danger to our survival. Humans evolved to be cautious of the unknown because it helped protect us from threats. Even though our world has changed, this instinct still exists. That's why, even when we're dealing with completely safe changes, like changing jobs, starting a new diet, or learning a new skill, we still feel resistance and fear. We live in a fast-paced world, and that affects our ability to change. Our brain loves immediate rewards. So, if you're trying to eat healthier but have a big, juicy burger right in front of you, what seems more tempting? The quick and easy reward. This happens because our brain's dopamine system associates pleasure with quick, satisfying actions. This is the same system that makes us scroll endlessly on social media or procrastinate instead of studying. The brain prioritizes short-term pleasure over long-term benefits because immediate rewards feel better in the moment. That's why changing a habit requires conscious effort. You need to resist temptations and train yourself to think about long-term gains instead of instant gratification. A powerful strategy to help with this is called delayed gratification. Instead of cutting out all rewards at once, you can introduce small rewards throughout the process. For example, if you're trying to study more, you can divide your study time into blocks and allow yourself a break after completing each session. That way, you keep your motivation high without giving in to distractions all the time. Besides our biology, there's another major factor that influences our ability to change: our environment. If you're surrounded by people who have completely different habits from the ones you are trying to adopt, changing becomes even harder. That's because we, as human beings, are social creatures. We have an unconscious need to fit in with a group. If your family or friends don't support your change, you may feel an emotional burden that makes you want to give up just to stay connected with them. That's why one of the most effective ways to successfully change is to find support from people who have the same goals as you. This can be a WhatsApp group where people share progress, a friend who motivates you, or even following influencers who talk about what you want to achieve. Being in an environment that encourages your growth makes it much easier to stay committed to change. Now, let's talk about practical steps. How can you finally make a lasting change? Here are 5 key tips. Start small. Instead of trying to make a drastic change overnight, go slow. Small steps are more sustainable and less overwhelming for your brain. If you want to exercise more, start with 5 minutes a day instead of an hour. If you want to read more, start with 1 page a day instead of trying to finish an entire book in a week. Create triggers and routines. Link new habits to something that is already part of your daily life. For example, if you want to drink more water, always